Happy Sunday, everyone. This is a daily message for Sunday, March 23rd. This is general for the collective, so take what applies to you, leave what doesn't. Today's message is about finally releasing something from the past that is over, and you're still holding on to the memories, you're still holding on to the nostalgia, you're still holding on to the love of something here. I feel like you're breaking free from it. We have the Devil reversed, we have the Six of Cups. You know, this is where you were probably imprisoned and felt powerless to these memories from the past, to, you know, something that actually felt real for you at one time. You're still holding on to that. And I feel like holding on to that so hard that it created a prison with that Devil card. And with the Devil in reverse, I feel like you are releasing that now, finally. It's not completely gone, though. You know, we have the Queen of Cups here in the reverse. I feel like you are still feeling this, even though, you know, this Page of Wands here is like you just landed. You just landed. It's so funny because I got this picture in my mind when I was thinking about this of, you know how when you've been at work all day inside the four walls and then you finally get outside and it's just like such a sense of relief and freedom. That's what I feel with this. Like you just clocked out of that. You just are walking to your car and you're feeling the freedom, that rush of freedom that you get. I feel like you're going towards stability for yourself. I feel like you're going towards refinement of yourself. I feel like you just got out of work and you know what you want to do. You know, like you want this refinement for yourself. The Nine of Pentacles is about the self-made man or woman. It is about self-sufficiency, that you have made something for yourself. And because you've made something for yourself, this is where you have to be careful about who gets access. See the wall behind her? It's like there's a barrier there. There's a boundary there now. Because you have built something for yourself, because you have done the work, you have done the hard work of freeing yourself from this prison, from this encagement, from this restriction on your freedom. You know, this is putting one foot in front of the other, taking something day by day. But I feel like that Nine of Pentacles there is along the way you are being refined. You are going towards this. King of Wands is here. Confident energy. The Page of Wands is like a more immature sense of confidence, but I feel like with the King of Wands coming underneath of that, I feel like this is the wind in your sails. This is what you're aspiring to be, the King of Wands. Non-attached, free. I feel more secure attached. You know, if we're going to talk about attachment styles, I feel like this is a more secure attached version, and you're taking baby steps towards that right now. Building something for yourself. There's still feelings. The Queen of Cups is here in the reverse. You're still feeling it, but you're not imprisoned by it. And I feel this Strength card coming up here. I feel like this is about the need to, while you are having to restrain yourself from indulging in the feelings, from feeling that because it's only hurting you. This is let the feelings come up and just meet them with love, you know. I feel like this is meeting the pain with love is what I'm getting today with this Strength card. The King of Wands does this very beautifully because he's been through some trials by fire. He's had to do this, you know. So I feel like it is about being more gentle, kind, understanding, and loving with yourself in dealing with this and holding back the beast that wants to run amok and run back. You know, this is it's strength, it's power, it's control, all King of Wands things. And you know, you just got out of that, but you know where you're going towards this right here. Underneath of that, we have Four of Pentacles reversed. This is about letting go of something that was a false sense of security for you, which I'm going back to the feelings and the past. I feel like there was some false sense of security for you, and if you held on to these feelings and this goodness, that you could somehow bring that back. You know, I feel like you're letting go of that. And in the action of letting go of that, you are waking up from the nightmare here with the Nine of Swords in the reverse. You're waking up from the nightmare. You're not hurting your own self by continuously looping those thoughts and obsessively thinking those thoughts. You're letting go. The Queen of Swords reverse just shows that this has been hard. This has been hard for you to do because you were very invested emotionally in this. I feel like this was something that felt very good in certain ways. Like the honeymoon period was so beautiful that you thought nothing could ever go wrong, and then it did. You know, what was once so beautiful and generous and giving actually turned into something that was very the exact opposite. Something very confining, something very like turned this completely on its head is what I'm getting. So the Queen of Swords, while she is someone who is very good and adept and experienced at cutting things out of her life that are no longer for her highest good, I think that, you know, even the Queen of Swords has had, your inner Queen of Swords has had trouble cutting this out because of the stronghold that it had on you. It had a very strong hold. The Queen of Swords also talks about being very harsh, you know, so don't be harsh with yourself at this time. I feel like this Strength card is saying, meet that pain, meet that lion, meet that untamed version of yourself that wants to run back, that wants to cry, that wants to, I mean, crying is good actually, but that part of you that wants its way, you know, and you have to gently tame it and soothe it, you know. It's okay to do that because I feel like you're going to be, I think it's going to have better results than this Queen of Swords going, you shouldn't still be doing that. You shouldn't still be thinking about that. What's wrong with you? How come you're not healing faster and all of that? This is about being gentle with yourself, gently letting go, caring for yourself, talking to yourself like you would talk to your main friend, you know, something like that. Knight of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, Knight of Wands is reversed, and the page, the Five of Pentacles is reversed. So, you know, I feel like this is somebody who was sacrificing part of themselves to stay with somebody, to lift somebody up, or to stay in something that was not able to come out of this deep, dark place. And the Knight of Wands is like, I feel like somebody didn't have the stamina to go the distance with this and they bailed out. You know, it was too much damage. I just got too much damage. The Two of Wands is, this is about wanting more for yourself, planning for the future, wishing for something, wishing to be somewhere other than where you are. The thing about the Two of Wands is wishing for something outside of you, and nothing outside of you is ever going to make you happy. It has to be an inside job. It has to be something that you do internally for yourself, you know? So for the advice, we have the Death card. This is over. It's over. And it's over for a reason. And it's about the acceptance that this is over. You know, you have to, acceptance is the last piece of the healing, where the healing can start. And I feel like that's happening right now. I feel like with this Page of Wands and the King of Wands here, I feel like you are finally accepting that something is gone, that something, you can't bring it back to life, you know? That you're moving forward, very bold, very confident. King of Wands, very bold, very confident. The wind in your sails right now. The Chariot's about forward movement. It's about you being in the driver's seat of your life. you on the road to getting to where you want to be. Where was it? Right here, the Two of Wands. Getting on the road, actually taking action towards, you know, you don't want to stay here, you know, but it's actually knowing what you want for yourself, raising your standards and taking action towards it, you know. Seven of Wands is here in the reverse. I feel the Seven of Wands reverse is just giving up the fight. Giving up the fight for this to be relived, to giving up the fight for hanging on to that. This is giving up the fight. At the same time, giving up the fight, but also the need to set boundaries for yourself. See how there's a wall behind her here? This is a wall of protection. You need a wall of protection for when the thoughts come in and try to drag you back to this prison. You need some kind of protection for yourself when the heart gets pulled back in, sucked back in. You know, it can be a slippery slope sometimes with that. So it's you being in control of your heart and your mind, you directing your thoughts. These horses are like your thoughts, and you're directing them. You tell them where to go. Because if you let them decide, first of all, why would you let them decide, you know? So it's you holding the reins to your thoughts and your feelings. That's the message that I have. I hope it's helpful. I'll see you next time.